Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah amma ba'd. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brothers and sisters, you already know what time it is. Click the subscribe button now. Do it. Okay, alhamdulillah. So, in today's video, we're going to discuss the issue of refutation. Obviously there's refutations going around. Some people, they love refutations. And some people hate refutations. So what is the correct Islamic stance on refutations? Is it good to refute a person who makes mistakes? Or should we leave off criticism? Shall we not pick out people's mistakes and just let them be, even though what they're saying is clearly wrong? What should we do? As I said to you guys many times, when we have questions like this, we should always present them to the Quran and the Sunnah. We should always present our questions to the texts, because we're slaves and we're compelled to submit to that which Allah and His Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam tell us to do. So we find an ayah in the Quran that talks about the issue of forbidding evil, stopping evil, correcting mistakes. In other words, refuting the wrong things that people do. The ayah is very profound and it sheds a lot of light with regards to how important the issue of refutation is in our religion. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said,
كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس تأمرون بالمعروف وتنهون عن المنكر وتؤمنون بالله.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, we're the best of nations. But what makes us the best of nations is the fact that we enjoin good and we forbid evil. We enjoin good, we say, Akhi, pray. We forbid evil, we do inkar of the munkar. Akhi, that's not how you pray though. You're praying right, you carry on praying. Akhi, your prayer, let's work on it. Let's have a cup of tea, let's sit down, let's talk. But we need to fix your prayer up. Akhi, what you said right there, that's good. Say this, I'm enjoining good. I'm telling him to say more good. But you, Akhi, what you said on stage today, Akhi, that was a bit dodgy, bro. We need to sit down. We need to go back to the drawing board. That's not how it should be. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying the fact that we enjoin good and forbid evil, we enjoin good, right? In the masjid, we raise money for charity. We forbid evil. You see a brother and a sister walking in the street and you know it's a haram relationship. Assalamu alaikum brother, Assalamu alaikum sister, how are you guys doing? Just wanted to remind you, your parents may not be here, they might not be watching you, but Allah is watching you. We forbid evil. We're not allowed. As I said in the previous video, you've seen evil, you got to stop it, right? As long as you have the ability to do so. Of course you do so with wisdom. But Allah is saying that is what makes us the best of nations. The fact that we enjoin good and forbid evil. Let's go to the next part of the ayah. And this part of the ayah is truly shocking. Allah said, وَتُؤْمِنُونَ بِاللَّهِ. And you believe in Allah. Brothers and sisters, know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He placed believing in Him, having iman in Him, after He mentioned enjoining good and forbidding evil. Why? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has connected our iman to enjoining good and forbidding evil in this ayah right here. And that's what makes us the greatest nation. That's what makes us the best nation, because not only do we believe in Allah, but we enjoin good and we forbid evil. And when you forbid evil, refutation is a part of refuting. So it's a part of inkarul munkar. It's a part of forbidding evil. I mean, it's as simple as that. If you see a person on stage and he's a speaker, he's respected by people, he's an imam, he's loved by his people, and he's teaching people things that are wrong. They're wrong. He may be sincere, but sincerity is not everything. You also need to be correct and follow and obey the Prophet ﷺ in that which he's told, which he commanded us to do. So, you have to correct his mistake. That's exactly what a refutation is. Refutation comes under inkarul munkar. And you see, that's what makes us the best nation. When you go to Surah Al-Ma'idah, you find Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us an example of a nation that used to be the best nation, but that title of them being the best nation got taken away from them. And one of the reasons it got taken away from them is because they did not refute When they used to see mistakes happening on the streets, they would let it go by. For them, they used to believe Allah, they used to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it was personal, it was private, it was kind of like a secular religion. Keep it in the home, but don't bring religion out into the streets. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, they are cursed. Allah said,
لعن الذين كفروا من بني إسرائيل على لسان داود وعيسى بن مريم ذلك بما عصوا وكانوا يعتدون.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, there is a curse upon the disbelievers from the Banu Israel, from the Yahud. There's a curse on these people, upon the tongue of their own prophets, Dawood and Isa, alayhi salam, David and Jesus. They cursed their own people because, why? Why? The next ayah explains it.
كانوا لا يتناهون عن منكر فعلوه لبئس ما كانوا يفعلون.
Because they used to see the people doing evil and they would never stop them. They would let it go. They would let it carry on. Brothers and sisters, this is something very great. Do we want to be cursed like that previous nation was cursed? Do we want to be cursed like that nation? No. We want to stay being the best nation, right? Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anh said, for us being the best nation is conditioned on us enjoining good and forbidding evil. So brothers and sisters, please, refute. That's what I'm trying to say. When you see someone do something wrong, correct it. And don't worry, refutation is also with balance. I'm going to come to that at the end. But before I do, I just want to mention another hadith to really drive the point home. The hadith narrated by Imam al-Tirmidhi. The hadith is from Hudayfa ibn Yaman radiallahu anh, the great Sahabi. He said that the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam said, I swear by the one in whose hand my soul is in his hand. Meaning Allah. Allah holds the Prophet's soul. All of us, all of our affairs are in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He said, I swear by him, Allah. What's he swearing? What's the oath? He's saying that you will enjoin good and do inkar al-munkar. In other words, you will forbid the evil. You will do the refutations. You will do that. If you don't, Allah will send upon you a punishment. And you will make dua to Allah. You will call upon Allah. And He will not respond. Now let's analyze this hadith. Let's analyze the hadith. Do we as a nation, do we do enjoining good and forbidding evil the way that we're supposed to? The very fact that so many people on social media are asking the question, is it even good to refute, is a proof that the ummah is not doing enjoining good and forbidding evil how they're supposed to. They're not doing it how they're supposed to. That's a proof. That is a proof. The second part of the hadith, what did it say? When you don't do it how you're supposed to, and we're not doing it how we're supposed to, Allah is going to send a punishment on us. Now I ask you, brothers and sisters, are we being punished? Wallahi, just take it in for a second. Look at Palestine. Look at Syria, Kashmir, Afghanistan, Iraq. Look at the Muslim world. Look at us in the Western world. Laws are being passed. We're living amongst them. We're allegedly supposed to be equals. But there's outright just race. In the government, they're passing laws. Taking away 2-3-year-old babies from parents. Just because they suspect them of some mad thing that someone may have saw, which is up in the air, not even true. That's how deep our situation. We're being punished. We're being punished. Now let's look at the third part of the hadith. Don't we raise our hands and make dua to Allah? Allah, please forgive us. Uplift this punishment from us. In Mecca, in Ramadan, on Laylatul Qadr, in the last third of the night, on the greatest night. Do we not raise our hands and we cry and we make dua for Palestine? Don't we raise our hands and we cry and we make dua for Syria? Don't we raise our hands and we make dua for the Muslims suffering all around the world? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not deaf. Allah can hear us. But Allah has not responded. Go back to this hadith. Go back to this hadith, brothers and sisters. Perhaps Allah is not responding because we're not enjoining good and we're not refuting the evil. We're not forbidding the evil. Wallahi, it's from shaitan. It's from shaitan that he's made us like, wallahi, when you say, akhi, that's wrong. Why are you so concerned about others? Why are you so concerned about other people's affairs? Let them be, let them get on with it. You advised them once, you advised them. Now let them do their thing. Wallahi, what do you mean? If I let them do their thing and you let them do their thing, that letting them carry on spreading their evil, whether it be a YouTuber who comes to the UK and 5,000 girls in hijab go running after him, or it be an imam that's going out there spreading lies and all sorts of kufr and shirk, or it be someone who graduated from somewhere and he's telling people whatever, religion needs to be reformed or XYZ. If we let that filth spread, our destruction is connected to us shutting our mouths. Why? I don't get it. And you're telling me, stop enjoying good, stop forbidding evil. And people don't mind enjoying good. They tell you, akhi, don't worry, enjoying good. Teach people sunnah, teach them the sunnah, teach them this, teach them that. But don't forbid the evil part. Now, when you have to go to someone and say, akhi, that's wrong, or so-and-so person made a mistake, everyone gets upset and annoyed. Brothers and sisters, please, I beg you, have this attitude. When you see something wrong, the Prophet commanded you. The moment you see it, فَلْيُغَيِّرْهُ بِيَدِهِ. Change it straight away with your hand. If you can't, with your tongue. If you can't, hate it in your heart. And that's the weakest of iman. And you know what the sad thing is? Be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. When we see all this evil around us, most of us don't even hate it in our heart. How many can you say that when you see a brother and a sister dressed in an inappropriate way, haram relationship, like you actually feel like you hate that in your heart? Just walk about it like it's normal. So then what do you say about your iman? What is about our iman? That even the lowest part of iman, under which the Prophet said he didn't mention anything else, that's the lowest part of iman. We don't even reach that. So how low is our iman? Now with that said, I have to mention that there's a balance. There is a balance. There is a balance indeed. Some people, they refute, but they refute in a way that's wrong. Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah said refutation has to have three things. It has to have justice. It has to have justice. You can't hold a person to account for that which they didn't do. And you have to give him the goodness in him. Like, be just. Be fair. The second thing is have mercy. And to be honest, I'll be the first one to put my hands up that this is one I fall short on. I fell short on this in the past. Like when you refute, you're supposed to refute with kindness. Because you want guidance for the person. You don't want them to be pushed away. And I'll be honest, I have refuted. And even though sometimes you do have to be harsh, but I wasn't wise in my harshness. And sometimes maybe, I have fallen short on this. But you have to have mercy when you refute. And the third one is knowledge. These people that you guys refer to as pseudo-Salafis and neo-Salafis, when I don't even like that term, we should just call them extremists. The extremists when it comes to refutation. We shouldn't give them the name Salafi. Salafi is a name, it's a great name, it's an honored name. Salafi means you follow Sahaba. Salafi means you are pure Ahlul Sunnati wal Jama'ah. That's what it means. You follow the Sahaba, their students and their students. So don't give them that name. These people are Hizbiyin. Whatever. Without going into them, and that's a different story. The point that I'm trying to make is that when these people that they refute, they don't refute with knowledge. They refute based on emotions. They refute based on their ideas and opinions. Or if they bring you an ayah or hadith, they've not understood it properly. The second thing is that they don't do it with rahmah. It's like they want you to leave the religion. They want you to apostate. The third thing is they're not just. Wallahi, they're not just. They're not just. If you get justice there, knowledge there, mercy there, refute every day of your life. Refute every day of your life if you want to. Spend your whole life refuting, no worries. It's all gravy, alhamdulillah. But make sure you got knowledge, you do it with knowledge, with mercy, and with justice. Imam Ahmad rahimahullah was asked the question, Ya Imam, nice, Imam Ahmad, Imam, Ahlul Sunnati wal Jama'ah. He's the Imam of Ahlul Sunnah. That's what the title that was given to him. They asked him, Ya Imam, what is more beloved to you? What is more beloved to you? That a man prays the whole night, Qiyamul Layl, he prays Tahajjud the whole night, or he speaks a word of truth against the innovators, against the people who are misguided. In other words, he refutes the people who are doing wrong. Imam Ahmad said it is more beloved that person refutes the misguided ones. Why? Because the one who prays spends the whole night just benefiting himself. But the one who refutes spends the night benefiting other than himself. With that said, brothers and sisters, it's from our religion, it's connected to Iman. Allah connected to Iman, refutation, enjoining good and forbidding evil. It's also the cause of the destruction of the nations. When they stop enjoining good and stop forbidding evil, punishment comes to them. So severe that if you make dua to Allah, Allah won't respond to your du'as, per the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. So if you want Allah to respond to our du'as, we've got to start enjoining good and forbidding evil again, okay? But when you do it with justice, with mercy, with knowledge. With that, brothers and sisters, I would like to invite you once again to the Muslim Survival Guide. It's an online program that we have where you can study and start studying the absolute most basic fundamental things from your religion that you and I need in order to survive. You know, knowledge is what's going to help us get through this life and into the next life. And you know, whatever it is, any problems in your life, they all come back to, I guarantee you, they all come back to ignorance or a lack of knowledge, in other words. So when you learn about Islam and Allah and the Prophet ﷺ and that which you need to know, it perfects and corrects the affairs of your life. And a lot of times when we start learning about the religion, we start from different areas. We don't start from the fundamentals. We're going to start from the fundamentals and work our way up, inshallah. So if you go to the link below, muslimsurvivalguide.com, it will be amazing, it will be awesome to have you guys on board. In the meantime, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Click the subscribe button, yeah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Peace.